Hey everyone, it's Lindsay from My Crafty Plans. Welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, welcome. So when I started filming this video, I still had no voice, so I just decided to do this kind of quick flip through, sped up intro. Hopefully you don't mind. This is going to be a memory plan with me. I am using a kit from Hello Petite Paper called By the Coast, and I did quickly flip through the kit and all of the extras I had in the beginning. I will also be pulling in lots of gorgeous summery gold foil. So this kit to me was just the perfect end of summer vibes, just like such gorgeous August, September, late summer, early fall vibes, and I just could not wait to use this kit. It was honestly, I think, my favorite kit of the summer, and so I saved it for the week of my anniversary. This is also what I consider to be the last week of summer. It is the weekend until Labor Day weekend. For me, growing up on the East Coast and now living back here, my kids and I also, when I was a kid, always went back to school the day after Labor Day, and so to me, this is the last week of the summer. We were at the beach for a good portion of this week, so we were by the coast, so it extra fits. And yeah, I just thought this was so pretty, and I really love the colors in this. I thought it was like a little bit more unusual compared to other kits that I typically use, so I just was really excited to use this. Hello Petite Paper, absolutely one of my favorite shops for vertical sticker kits. If you don't know what memory planning is, basically it's a form of, I call it a mix of journaling and scrapbooking. I keep a running log of my life, everything that happens every day, and then I sort of sort through that and put it down on paper in sticker form. These inserts are from Caress Press, and they live inside my RSL Cloud Planner, which was the pink planner you saw me pull the inserts out before I started stickering down. So I lay down a decorative base for the week first, putting down the full boxes, putting down the date covers, some bottom washi, and also doing a bit of foil decoration or kit deco decoration, both of which I am going to do shortly. And then after that, I jump into the day by day, and I keep, like I said, a running list. It's on my phone. I use an app called Notion for that, and I just kind of write down all of the things that happen to me during the day. Sometimes it's more factual, straightforward, like I did this, and sometimes I include more, I was feeling, journaling type aspects, and then I can incorporate both of those things into this. I do tend to have a fairly routine life, so a lot of things show up the same time every day, every week, however you want to think of it, but I try and mix it up, and if anything big happened, I of course will make sure to include that and give it the due space that it deserves. I tend to include a lot of things each day, so I really like littler boxes and smaller elements in the kit so that I can squeeze a lot in there. I know a lot of other people only will put down a couple of things per day, but it's just a really fun and relaxing thing. This does not serve a functional purpose in my planning system. I find it incredibly relaxing, very artistic and creative. I just zone out. I listen to some podcasts or some audiobooks. That's another reason why I typically film these as voiceovers. It's just sort of my very special me time, journaling time. It's also super fun to look back over these spreads, and just definitely jogs lots of memories for what was happening. Quite behind in this planner, as you can probably tell, these spreads do take a long time to put together. I usually work on them over multiple days, and because of that, I'm not current in this planner, which is totally fine. I just am taking my time to catch up, working on this when I can and when I want to, and I just bounce back and forth. I don't have like a real rhyme or reason to the way that I select which weeks to work on. Sometimes there's weeks that I want to do, and I was just really feeling it for this week when I decided to sit down with this. So probably after this, I'll do something a little bit more recent, like a fall kit or something like that, and then I will just kind of bounce back and forth. So I'm using a bunch of foil elements now. I have a link of like favorite foil shops down in the description below, but a lot of this stuff is from JK Creates Co., Paper Trail Plans, Sadie Stickers, and Letters to Apollo, some of my favorite shops. And as always, if I have a coupon code for a shop or any kind of link, that will be down in the description below as well. I was just having some fun. This wasn't a foiled kit. Hello Petite Paper does often offer foiled kits, but this one was not foiled, so I was just adding in my own little foil elements to the kits to kind of decorate it up and make the full boxes pop a little bit more. Again, I just really love the color palette in this kit, and just like it just, as soon as I saw this on her Instagram, I was just like, this is an August kit. It's just the most August kit that I had ever seen. routine. So I actually used this in the straddle week. So Thursday was the 1st of September, which was actually my 9-year wedding anniversary. Can't believe it. It's pretty crazy. We've got our big 10-year coming up, and we are, fingers crossed, hopefully going to be able to go away without the kids for our 10-year wedding anniversary. We really wanted to do it this year, but my youngest is just 2.5, and leaving someone with 3 kids is really just like a huge ask. So we didn't really feel comfortable leaving all 3 of them for that long. We've done like a night away before, but never like an extended weekend or trip or anything like that. I've been away from them and my husband has, but never together. So hopefully next year, the kids are a little bit older, we'll be able to make that happen. I think it would be really special for our 10-year wedding anniversary. But we did still have a really nice week and a really nice anniversary. We didn't really do too much on Thursday. We got like takeout, which is usually what we do on Thursdays, but we had a really big date night on Saturday, and we ate at our favorite restaurant in our beach town, which is like super hard to get a reservation for. I literally made this reservation a month in advance to like you have to be on their website the day that you want the reservation, like 30 days exactly out to the millisecond, or all of the good time slots book up. But yeah, so we had a really nice time, and we were at the beach, like I said, for part of this week, although not at the beginning of this week. This was in the 2.5 weeks off in between camp ending and school starting, and we had come home for a chunk of days to basically send everyone to like doctor's appointments, vaccination appointments, a dentist's appointment, and also like the back to school preview for my oldest, who was starting a brand new school. She is now in public elementary school, graduated from preschool last year, so we had to come home for that, of course. So I'm going to go into the day by day. I will try and mention where stickers are from, but if you are ever curious about a specific sticker, you can let me know in the comments down below. On Mondays, I have work, and I actually just woke up early to do it before I was going to be hanging out with the kids because my husband was still working this week and they were out of school. And then that laptop sticker is from White Deer Stationery. Then I took the kids to the playground. That script is from Scribble Prinsco. And then we did some crafting time as well. All of the foil icons that I'm going to use are from Crafts by Towie, and all of the non-foiled icons are either from the kit or from White Deer Stationery, which is one of my favorite shops. And also her icons come in like a really neutral, they come in like a colorway, but there are some really neutral options in that colorway. So I thought that it matched really perfectly with the kit. I'm also going to be using a lot of foil decoration throughout this week. I just really wanted to make this look really special. It had been a little bit since I'd worked on a memory spread, and I was just really in the mood to get extra fancy with some foil. So after that, I did a little bit more work and some editing, and then also we just played outside. The weather was super nice, and then that night my husband and I watched TV, and we watched the House of the Dragons show, which I'm going to be honest about, and I feel like this might be a little bit controversial. I don't love this show. I'm watching it, I'm, committed to it, but I just find the time jumps really disorienting and like not in a good way. I can deal with multiple timelines. We watch like complex shows. I just don't like the way that it's done. It feels like I don't know the characters super well because you're getting like only teensy tiny shots. And because this has been on at the same time as the Lord of the Rings show, and I am a huge Lord of the Rings fan, like it's one of my favorite pieces of IP, the books, the movies, everything. I absolutely love Lord of the Rings, and I enjoy the show so much, and I just really like the show a lot better, and it's impossible not to compare them with both shows being on the same time. So that's my hot take. I prefer Lord of the Rings of Power show to the Game of Thrones show. So yeah. Anyway, I've been watching them both, though. We're definitely watching them both. And I'm also watching Andor, which is the Star Wars one, which I guess is not really the same, but it's on at the same time. And that is phenomenal. And I am not a huge Star Wars person, and that is phenomenal. So if you're looking for show recommendations, that's what I say. Anyway, on Tuesday, I did my hair in the morning, like washed my hair. And then we went out and got smoothies, and then went to a different playground than we had gone to the day before. Lots of playgrounds going on. And then my one kid had to go and get a booster shot, and we did a bunch of chores, and we did some water play in the afternoon. I used some like makeup bottles that were on a Crafts by Towie sampler. I'm not a big makeup person, so I didn't think I was going to use those. And we had been doing this whole like science themed water play. The kids like absolutely love it. They have these science kits that they got for the winter holidays, like for Hanukkah, Christmas last year, and we've used up most of the ingredients, but they did come with like a bunch of test tubes and funnels and fun stuff like that. And I just gave them a little bit of water mixed with a little bit of food coloring, and they had so much fun doing like quote unquote science and just like splashing around in that. And we just did that like all this week, and it was a super good time. So very simple activity and really, really fun. And then that night I did some planning and hang out in my office. So then on Wednesday, we had like a pretty chill morning because we were going to the dentist fairly early in the day. So we just played at home for a little while, and then we stopped and got a snack at Corner Bakery Cafe, and then went over to the dentist appointment, and they like try and see all 3 kids at the same time. And then I'm like running back and forth between all of their rooms, and I have like a kid with some medical anxiety. So we were like trying to help her out, and then also, you know, like the baby just wants to be with the brother, and it's a whole thing, but we all worked out. I feel like it took forever. We were the only family in there. I love the way that they book appointments like that. So we just like had our run of the place, and they got everybody seen, everybody's teeth cleaned, all of that good stuff. And then we were good to go. And then my 2 little ones went for their second COVID vaccine after that. So it was a very busy day of doctor's appointments. And we did some rock painting in the afternoon, except then we started the water play, and then the kids decided to wash all of the rocks. So we did a bunch of painting, and then they washed it all off, but whatever. And then that night we watched The Sandman. Like they randomly released an extra episode after the show had already ended. That was on Netflix. And again, that was a show that I super enjoyed. And this was like a really weird release. It was like a 15-minute animated thing, which we ended up skipping through once we realized, because it was just like super not for us. Honestly, since having kids, I used to watch animated stuff all of the time, but since having kids, like you could not pay me to watch animated shows, even if they are for adults. I just don't want to do it unless like the kids are watching with us. But anyway, and like double that for if it's an actual kid show. Like I would at this point, I used to like watch Pixar movies by myself or whatever. I would never ever do that now. Anyway, but the second half of the show was really good, and it was basically just an episode. So then on Thursday was our 9th wedding anniversary. Like I said, my husband was still working. We weren't doing anything specific on that day, but I took the kids to grab some breakfast, and then we went to another playground. This one we brought our bikes and scooters to, and the big kids could like bike around. This one has like a nice path that they can bike, and I can see everyone on the path and the little one on the playground at the same time, which is super nice. I also got a bunch of Happy Mail this day and officially joined the Erin Condren affiliate squad, so I'm really happy about that. And then also this afternoon was my big kids meet the teacher, so we went over to her new elementary school and got to see it. I'd never been inside this. Well, actually, we had been to a preview event, but she barely remembered that. But we got to see her classroom and meet her teacher and meet some friends from her class and all that good stuff. So it was really nice and was really enjoyable. They had like a playground thing too, and that script sampler and actually that takeout script as well are both from Scribble Prince Co. I really love her foil scripts, and they're also like super affordable. I know she's like a more premium shop for kits, and her kits are on the more expensive side, although I absolutely love them, and I am on her affiliate team as well, so I do have a discount code for her shop. But her foil is actually super affordable, and she has like a lot of scripts and everything like that. So if you are looking for a good foil script shop with some larger scripts, they're definitely not the dainty ones. Anyway, on Friday we were up and out of the house to head back down to the beach, our very last beach weekend or long weekend of the summer. And we went, and my husband was working a half day, but I took the kids on a long walk with like the scooters and the stroller and everything. And we walked to go get donuts and coffee and just had a fun time and walked around, got some exercise, all that good stuff. And then when we came back, it was time for lunch. So we had lunch. We got takeout from this restaurant that my brother wanted to. My brother and his family also like come down at the same time as us. Typically, pretty much my whole family is there like every weekend over the summer. It's really nice. And then we actually went to the beach in the afternoon. A like family friend from growing up, they were having a surprise party on the beach, not like a huge party, but like a little drop-by party for one of my mom's friends who was like a family friend growing up. So I brought one of the kids with me to that. And we did that. And actually I brought the baby and she walked the whole way there. And it was like almost a mile walk on the beach. And she walked home and she had been on the walk earlier that day. I was like, this kid is about to drop. She better sleep so well after all of that. And then I had like started drinking a little bit at that party and then kept drinking when we got home. And I am not usually a big drinker. So I was a little bit wine drunk that night. So, you know, we just had a good time. And then on Saturday, this was our big anniversary date night, but because I had been drinking the night before, this was like going to be 2 nights in a row of like way more drinking than I typically do, which is usually 0. But anyway, I slept in and then went to Starbucks. I was really not feeling it in the morning. And then we went to the beach, and one of my friends from high school, who is down at this same beach a lot, she and her husband stopped by and hung out with us at the beach for the day. And it was super fun, like really great to catch up and sit with them and just have a good time. And then we took family naps in the afternoon, meaning everyone fell asleep, even the big kids, and my husband and I also, everybody just fell asleep. I think we were all super exhausted from the day before, which had been a really, really active day. And then we just had a relaxing afternoon. I got ready for our big date night, and then we went out. So we went to our favorite restaurant. Like I said, we ate like a bunch of super delicious seafood and other things because it's a beach town, and I'm also just a huge fan of seafood. And we got some drinks. They have like a fun cocktail menu at this restaurant too, so I was also really feeling it and like a little bit tipsy. And then my husband and I went for like a little walk afterwards outside. This restaurant's on the water, so it's nice to walk around, but I was wearing super high heels, and I like never wear heels because I never go anywhere. So we didn't make it that long, and then either my dad or my brother had driven us to the restaurant and dropped us off there, and then we took an Uber home. So it was a really nice night, a really great anniversary, you know, cheers to 9 years and all of that stuff. Sometimes I can't believe it. I feel like it seems like so short ago, but it's not. It's 9 years, 3 kids, about 5 different cities, maybe even more than that. We've moved a lot, and all 3 of my kids were actually born in different states. So definitely a lot of moving around, but you know, I am really, really happy. And then that's pretty much it for Saturday. I'm just filling this out and then doing a little bit of decorating. And on Sunday, we just decided to go home. On Sunday, we didn't go to the beach. I was still feeling it from 2 nights in a row of drinking when I don't usually drink at all. And then also just was starting to feel stressed about like the back to school stuff and wanting to make sure we had everything together since everybody was starting school on Tuesday. So we also had to pack up all of our stuff because we do go almost every weekend over the summer. So we leave a lot of our stuff there at my parents' house. And so I was just like packing it up, sorting through it, things that spent like an hour cleaning up and packing everything up, getting it all tidy, but also like organized to take home. Then we drove home and repeated that process, but on the unpacking side, and also did a bunch of laundry and other chores to get ready for the big week. Then we watched Earwig and the Witch as a family, which is a Studio Ghibli film, which if I'm going to watch an animated film, I would much rather have it be a Studio Ghibli film. And we previously hadn't watched this one because we thought it might be too scary for the kids, but after having them watch Spirited Away earlier in the summer, we decided this wouldn't be too scary, and they absolutely loved it, and it was really fun. And I really loved it because I had never seen that one before. But that's pretty much it. That night we watched Lord of the Rings show, which speaking of shows I love, and that is everything for this week. So I hope you enjoyed this plan with me. You can subscribe for more and follow me on Instagram and TikTok at My Crafty Plans to keep up with everything going on in my planners. Bye!